What's up, boys and girls? It's your boy Money Mark, and we back again. Alright, how's your boy? Alright, we got a great show for you today. Alright, we got a, sort of an E3 inspired show. Alright, so, your boy Money Mark gonna do us, do everybody a service, okay? Because that's how we do it on the Money Mark channel. How's your boy? Me, I'm Money Mark. And I makes it rain in Spain. How's your boy? Alright, so E3 is this week. It's currently going on now. I always forget if it's 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. I think it's still going on. I don't really know. With all the main press conferences they're done. Okay, so it's the three main biggies: Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo. Okay, and then Bethesda, Ubisoft, and other people doing other stuff. Alright, so but the last press conference or showing for showcase for it was Nintendo. Alright, and Nintendo, okay, they did a whole bunch of things for the Switch, okay, because everybody knows that guys can't play the Nintendo Switch because the Switch is for the bitches. Alright, there go. Alright, so, how's your boy? Me, Money Mark. Alright, so, Nintendo did nothing but show stuff for the Nintendo Switch. No love for the 3DS. Okay, like, what, are there not any more games coming out for the 3DS? Are you guys giving up on it? Like Sony gave up on their handhelds? Alright, they gave up on the Vita. I still have my 3. It's your boy, because I'm a Sony guy. Alright. So, did they give up on it? I don't know. I don't know if they give up on it or not. Alright. But I didn't give up on it, okay? So, if you're watching the Nintendo press conference and you saw, wait, there's a glaring omission here. They didn't do any 3DS, reveals or any shows or a new 3DS, or maybe they came out with like the 4DS or the Nintendo 2DS XL, okay? So if you did the 2DS, it was a little thing, it was one piece. It kind of looked like it didn't flip. It was just one piece. It was pretty simple. It was a cheaper counterpart to the 3DS. Okay, if the 3D images gave you a headache, like whoa, 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 So if you were dizzy by 3D, you got the 2DS. But now everybody was like, oh, 2DS owners are like, yo, what's good with it? 3DS gets a nice little flip console, handheld console. Why don't we get 2DS owners get a nice little flip console? So that's what they did. So Reggie, got on the horn. And he's like, yeah, we got to make a Nintendo 2DS XL. All right. So I saw a picture of it. It looks pretty dope. I'm probably not gonna get it because I like 3D. All right, I like seeing things up close. So. But yeah, probably not. I might get it for down the line, maybe as a collector's item, because I collect stuff, hence the name Collector. So, but right now, probably not. For play it, probably not. All right. So if you need your 3DS fix, you came to the right place. All right, the Money Mark channel. All right. So I just have today here. We're gonna talk about some Game Boys. All right. I don't have all the Game Boys that I own. Two, make that 2, yeah, of each Game Boy or Nintendo handheld system over time. Over every Nintendo handheld that has come out since the original Game Boy, I own at least 2 of them. Different colors, the same colors, different colors, different. Well, the original Game Boy is only one color. All right, so I have at least 2. I own at least 2 of them. All right, where they all are, I don't know. I just managed to track down 3 of them. 3, I guess, that we're gonna bookend the cycle, the time, the span, the lifespan, the timeline of Nintendo handhelds. All right, that's what we're gonna do today. All right, so without further ado, all right, let's jump right into it. All right, so there you go. Very first handheld. All right, I was so excited when I got mine. All right, for Christmas. All right, this is Faboosh. All right, this is Nintendo Game Boy. This is the original Game Boy, Nintendo Game Boy. Okay, so side note, this isn't my original Game Boy. Okay, the original one that I had when I was a kid. Okay, it went through. It wasn't didn't go through damage, but I I would sometimes leave it in the car. It wasn't direct sunlight, but it would be in the carry case, and the little it was got so when it got hot, got lines started to show on the sides of the screen. Okay, little like lines that I couldn't, became barely playable. All right, if I could only see the middle. The lines were too bad to deal with. But I kept it in brand new condition. But I had to trade it in. Okay, and I regret doing that every single day. Okay, I should have kept on to it. If it didn't work. I took care of it. I never had a problem with it, other than never had any cosmetic problems with it. I never dropped it. I always kept it in its little pouch. All right. I would always be careful with it. All right. I wouldn't take it to school because them kids are rambunctious. Okay, they see a Game Boy, let me get that. Run your shit, play. Let me get that Game Boy rock quick, dough. What's good with that dough? All right. But now, as you can see, I'm grown up now, so now I am a game man. All right. So, but yeah. So this is not. I picked this one up at the thrift store. Okay, cost me about $6. Okay, so apparently people don't know what it's worth. So yeah, so it's a little bit beat up. Not in the best shape, but not in the worst shape. I've seen them worse, and I haven't seen one pretty good condition other than mine. This one's a little, scuffed over here. But I recently came across this one a couple days ago. All right, I still haven't tested it out yet. All right, so I don't even know if it works because all thrift store stuff is as is. All right, so plus the little connector piece the little cover is missing. I never, I only used the connector once. All right, I was coming home from Florida on the train, and I connected with this dude with the link cable with this dude playing on the train. We were playing Double Dragon. All right, so it was pretty dope. We used the link cable. All right, but yeah, that's that. All right, so this is the original one. You play all classic Game Boy games on this one. Dot matrix with stereo sound. You see right there, see dot matrix with stereo sound. Okay. The standard ports over here. This was the contrast with brighter or darker. This was the where you put the AC adapter. If you want to use batteries, put the AC adapter right on the side over there. Okay. Like I said before, this was the link cable port. This is the volume. Turn the volume up and down was over here. On-off switch was over here. Obviously, it's not going to work, okay, because no batteries in it or AC adapter is connected. All right. Also, whenever you turned it on, all right, and this is also jacked up. Also, whenever you turned it on, the game pack would the original Game Boy games had a little nick at the top of the game. So whenever you turned it on, you couldn't accidentally knock the game out while the game is on because there was a little piece there that would prevent it from actually jarring out. But this one looks like it's part off. So I mean, you get what you pay for. All right. But yeah, it wasn't in that bad a shape. Okay. But to my standards, it's worn. Yeah, it's pretty worn from my standards. I like my stuff brand new. So, but yeah, this is the very first Game Boy. Bottom there, space for your headphones. Or you play for your headphones. I used to play in the car a lot, and it would bother. I guess it would bother. Like on road trips, we would drive down to Florida, and I would play with my headphones, and it would bother the guy playing while playing a game, and my brother listening to his music. He didn't want to hear this, but if he was wearing his headphones, he wouldn't hear it, whatever. But I didn't want to distract my dad was driving. I didn't want to distract him. So with the Mario theme, okay, which was oddly different because there was no official Mario game with the did there. For the original Game Boy, when it came with a cartridge of Game Boy Color when it came out. All right. But for the original Game Boy, to my knowledge, there was not any original Mario game with the original theme song. There was Super Mario Land, but that one that was a quirky kind of music, but it didn't annoy me. I love that music for the original Super Mario Land game, but I just didn't want to bother anybody, so I just used the headphones with it. All right, And so let's see. That's pretty much it right there. It's remember Nintendo Power. Everybody's looking at this in Nintendo Power, like, oh my god, this is such a great system. I liked it. I remember opening my original one for Christmas, and I was so stoked. But I couldn't play with it because we had to go to church. And I opened it. Like, oh great, I got my Game Boy. Oh, but we gotta go. I can't play with it because we gotta go to church. All right, so all through church, I was thinking, I can't wait to go home and play with my Game Boy. Oh my gosh, you know. But it was all the rage now. It's all the rage. Okay, so, but yeah. So then from there, the Game Boy came out. Wanted to improve because this was not in color. It was like a spinach color, like a green and uh, it was like two different two shades of green. It's kind of like collard greens, like green and yellow, like that, like a spinach color. Um, those it's like when you go to Boston Market and you get like the creamy cheese spinach, that color, like the green and the yellow. All right, that's exactly how the graphics look like over here. All right, so and then the Game Gear was Sega Game Gear was still they was riding the success of the Genesis. Okay, so the Genesis and you know um, they were just doing their thing. All right, so at that time I think it was Genesis and Super Nintendo. All right, well I have solved the console war of the early '90s. All right, Sega Genesis was better than Super Nintendo. That's right, I said it. Sega Genesis is and always will be better than Nintendo Super Nintendo. Okay, so there you go. All right, so and then they want to capitalize on that, so they came out. Sega came out with their Game Gear, but and then it was I think it was running away with it. It's like and then who was it? And it wasn't Atari Lynx. I think Atari was like trying to get back into the market with their handheld game, the Lynx, and it was like I don't know if it was good for a little bit. All right, I never owned one. All right, but I kind of think I never owned a Game Gear either. I found one at at the thrift shop for $3, and I didn't get it because I'm a fucking idiot. Okay, it's my piece of collecting history right there. Now if you go to like English Town, there was a flea markets. You see somebody with a Game Gear, it's probably missing something or it's dirty, and they want like $250 for it. So bruh, no. All right, but so they wanted to. Nintendo was like, oh man, we got to think of something to get this popping. So they came out with the Game Boy. First with Game Boy Pocket, it was smaller. All right, then it was Game Boy. Was it Game Boy Color? All right, okay, I think there was actual Game Boy Color, which was a little smaller than this one, and then it was Game Boy Pocket, which was the regular monochrome screen, and then it was or duochrome. There was two colors, and then it was the Game Boy Pocket Color. All right, I don't know, like I don't know, and Neo Geo Pocket Color fits in there somewhere. I don't know on that timeline. And then after that, it was the Game Boy Advance, which is a long Game Boy Advance, which had no backlit, but it was oh my god, I'm talking about a 32-bit system or 32-bit. Oh my god, 32-bit. All right, and then people complaining about it, saying, no, we've got to do something. There's no there's no what they call black and white, but it wasn't black and white. It was green and yellow. Um, so then Game Boy didn't, but this one Game Boy Advance didn't have a backlight. So then it came out the Game Boy Advance SP. All right, it had a backlight. All right, and then they came out different colors. And then it came out the SP was 30% brighter. Okay, that different levels of brightness. It was sharper. All right, and then after that came in '04 came the Nintendo DS. Okay, a dual screen, which the tagline "Touching is good." All right, but they quickly had to get rid of that because kids were going to apply that facet to all aspects of their life. So, Nintendo was basically telling kids to harass other people. So, yeah. Um, I personally have a problem with it, but, parents kind of think, oh my god, they have nothing, people have nothing to complain about. So, they pick point Nintendo to pick on. So, now, and after Nintendo DS, their success of that, it was the Nintendo DS Lite, which was smaller, more aerodynamic. Okay, and then it was Nintendo. After that, Nintendo DSi. Okay, DSi was the first system to have internet access. Okay, and a camera. You could do like it pretty much like you're revisiting the Game Boy printer. All right, the Game Boy printer was available for this original system. Okay, and it was a Game Boy camera. They had a camera too before cell phones were big. There was a Game Boy camera, and you had a printer. You could print out stuff too. Boss life. All right, I still have the camera and the printer somewhere. Don't ask me where. Somewhere around here. All right. So I just didn't know where to look for it. So, but yeah. So then after that, it was the where were we? Nintendo DSi. Okay, and you make funny faces like, oh my god, like Mario's face in the beginning of N64. You could do that with these. All right. So after that, Nintendo DSi. It was like, oh my god, this is too small. So Nintendo DSi XL for the older crowd, or really, or kids with freakishly large hands. Okay, so that was the DSi XL. All right, and then revolutionary thing happened. Nintendo had this like, oh, let's go with the times. All right, glassless, glassesless 3D. All right, it was the 3DS. Okay, about average size of the DSi. All right, 3DS. All right, came out very small. All right, and then right after that one, it's like, oh, you know what? We need to come out. We came out with DSi XL. Let's come out with a 3DS XL. All right, and that is where we find our next system right here. Okay, I'll have the game in there. All right. So this particular version, I have about 3 or 4 version styles of these. This was the most popular one. I think they had the most styles for this one. All right, this one is Mario and Luigi. What is it? Dream Team. Okay, this one was I think one of the first line to have the actual a digital copy preloaded. It wasn't a cart. It wasn't a cart like this. All right, it's preloaded inside. All right, so this right here is the Nintendo 3DS XL. All right, so it's pretty nice and big. Like, oh my god, it's too big. All right, open it up. That's what it looks like inside. Okay, and pretty dope. Play with it. Oh my god, it's awesome. All right, but that was not enough. Nintendo wanted to go a step further. People were complaining about, oh, why is there only one, stick over here? All right. So Nintendo had to ever outdo themselves. All right. They the next one they came out with, oh, you know what? We gotta come out. We gotta up the ante on this one. We can't let the PS Vita beat us. Okay, and the Vita was winning for a while. Okay, then he Vita Vici. Okay, all back. All right, so Nintendo came out with the new Nintendo 3DS XL. Okay, so but you had people. This is particularly was the Zelda edition. I just got this a couple days ago. I came up on a great find. All right, so that's the Zelda Majora's Mask edition. Okay, so that's it right there. I had a cover on it, but I ripped it off because I wanted to show this glorious artwork in here. Okay. Now this one has just redesigned it. Okay, I guess for the new century. All right. So if you can see, it is relatively about the same size, a little thinner. Okay, but if you notice, a lot of the things are different. Okay. The same games work on the same systems, but there was one game in particular that only played on this system, only played on the new Nintendo 3DS, which was Xenoblade Chronicles, and it tells you on the box, only for new Nintendo 3DS. Okay, so now you gotta say that, because you'd be saying, oh, you guys have that new Nintendo system. You would have to ask, do you want the new Nintendo 3DS XL, or you want the new Nintendo 3DS XL? When people would say new, I'd be like, new, it reminds me of that song, by, no, I know what you're thinking. New, yeah, yeah, new, yeah, yeah. All that I could say was, all right, no, not the remake by Austin Mahone. Okay, I'm talking about the original new. Okay, by Little Townsville and the MTF. Okay, so when I saw her walking down the street, so I asked her name. All that I could say was new, yeah, yeah, new, yeah, yeah, new, yeah, yeah. All that I could say was, okay. So that's what it is. That sounds like people saying new. All right, and I'm just looking at them like I start busting out in song. New, yeah, yeah. All that I could say was okay. So there are a couple of changes with this new system. This is until the 2DS XL comes out. This is the newest system, the newest iteration of the uh, 3DS. Okay, if you'll notice a couple of changes. All right, on the insides of them. See a couple of changes over here. All right, now, all right. So there you go. There's a couple of changes on the inside. All right, some good, some not so good. Some more tedious than others. If you could tell, see, they removed the buttons from the bottom on the sides over here. The select and start buttons are gone. They've now been repositioned to underneath the YX, YX and BA buttons under here. Okay, so they're in there. All right. Directional pad and analog stick and directional pad are the same. Okay. On the top over here, camera's still the same. Cameras on the front still the same. Okay. Uh, there is also now right over here this thing. The home button, instead of saying home, now it's a simpler little button over there. Okay, the biggest addition is the C stick. Remember on the N64, the C stick. This is the newest button. There's a C stick right over there. I don't know if I've never tried it because I haven't powered this on yet. I've only played the one that we have in the demo in the store. All right, so that's that right there. Both buttons now. This 3D slider is still on the side, but now the volume slider, instead of being on the side, okay, instead of being on the side, it's now on top, right over there. See, around the corner over there. Okay, so there we go. The speakers, they're bigger. Instead of being little round speakers, now they're little plus signs. Okay, so we got that. So the SD cards. Okay, the SD card slot. You see right there? There's an SD card slot right there. Okay, that we should put the SD card. All right, if you want to save games and download to the SD card, or load load pictures of you chilling at the beach or whatever. Like, oh, I want to load pictures of the beach. That has been it has been removed. Now you have to unscrew the